Right guys, today I wanted to talk to you about this bike, the Giant Revolt. I've had it now for exactly a month and I just wanted to give you my thoughts on this bike, and maybe it will be helpful to those of you who are considering this bike. So first of all, my overall feeling about this bike after a month of riding it, and if you look here you can see the kind of conditions I'm on here. This is going through a valley and they're developing this into a road. It used to be a gravel road, but unfortunately they're going to be making it into tarmac, which is a shame because I really enjoy riding through here. So yeah, my overwhelming feeling of this bike is that it is superb. That's what I would say about it. Right then, let me address the elephant in the room, which is the ginormous tires that I got on here. And they are the Vittoria Mezcal mountain bike tires. They're a 52 according to Vittoria, but they also call them a 2.1, and that's a 52, 53, you know, depending on who you ask. So can you run those tires in this bike? Well, yes and no. You can run them, but at your own risk to your bike, because I've already noticed that I got scratches on the inside of the fork and at the back of the bike where stones have been dragged through with the tire. So you can run them, but my advice is not to, especially if you're going to be gravel racing or hammering the gravel, you know, hammering through it. I think there's a big risk in that. You can obviously run 53s or even slightly bigger if you're, you know, thinking of just going on smooth roads, but then I don't understand why you would do that. So on smooth roads you can, but not on gravel. I think even in the longest setting, a 45, possibly a 47, pushing it as a 50, and then maybe I would want the 50 to be quite a low profile tire, you know, almost slick. But then who wants to ride this kind of stuff on slick tires? I certainly don't. You know, these tires are great for this kind of surface. So that is my answer in a nutshell. Yes, you can run 53s, but at your own risk. And on gravel, I don't recommend it because there'll be hardly anything left of your bike in a few months. I think the fork will be completely ruined and the back will be gone because these tires do drag stones up. So that's my thinking on it anyway. So now I just wanted to talk about the things that I would change on this bike and things that I am going to change. And I've already talked to you, I think in my review after a week of having this bike, I said that the handlebars, I couldn't notice any discernible extra comfort with the D-Fuse handlebars. I'm sure other people disagree, but I have ridden a lot of aluminium bars and there's no discernible comfort there. And because the tubing is so narrow, I find it digs into the palm of my hand. So for me, you know, that's just a personal thing. I'm not saying that I'm right about it, but to me, I can't feel any comfort, extra comfort anyway. And yeah, they're going to be coming off as soon as I can. I need to change the brakes around as well, because for me as a British person, the front brake should be here, yeah, on this side. This is where I'm comfortable with having the front brake here. But this is the back brake, and over there is the front, and it's just weird and a little bit dangerous. So I need to change that, and then I will change the bars at the same time. So that's what I'm going to do. Right, what else can I tell you? I can tell you that the Giant Approach saddle is really comfortable for me. The dropper post is really useful, I find, as an old guy or an older guy. I'm not quite old yet, but I find it easier to get on the bike. And yeah, it is helpful in technical descents when you are going down a technical descent on gravel or mud or dirt, you know, it does help. but I use it mostly just for ease to get on the bike, and I don't feel like I'm losing anything in comfort. The bike is still comfortable with that seat post on there. Yeah, so everything's really good on it. The only thing that I might change is the wheels. The PX2 wheels on this, really heavy. You can feel that, you can feel the weight of them when you're pedaling. I would say that. So that's the only real negative on this bike, is the wheels, but I kind of expected that anyway, and that would be an upgrade for the future. And one possible other, well, not possible, for a definite, I'm going to be changing the discs or the pads on this, because the braking is like subpar, I would say. It doesn't inspire me with confidence when I'm on a downhill. I feel a bit, it feels a bit sketchy, and I feel a bit nervous with these brakes. And they've actually been, they should have been like, worked in by now, if that's the correct word. I've been riding this bike for a month, and I've been using the brakes a lot on different surfaces and things. So they should be worn in. I think that's the word, isn't it? Yeah. They should be worn in by now, but they make the strangest sound, and it makes me laugh. And I'm going to play you a recording of the bird that it reminds me of. It sounds like a turkey, the gobble gobble of the turkey, the gobble sound that they make. So yeah, that's my feeling on the brakes. So there's definitely something needs to be changed there, the discs or the pads. Overall though, the bike, if I was to give it a score out of 10, what would I say? I don't know, I think about 8.5 out of 10. That's my evaluation of it. And so I'm really, this is not just me saying it. With the amount of subscribers I got and the quality of my channel, nobody's going to be giving me bikes. So this is my own opinion. Yeah, you can be assured that this is my real opinion, and I'm not a shill, and I'm not being paid to say this or anything. So yeah, definitely a bike worth considering. If you're looking at a gravel bike, I would put it on your short list. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you anything about the Revolts with the defused seat post, because I've heard some negative things about that. I'm only telling you about this one, the advanced one with the dropper seat post. I've heard about some complaints about cracking on the frame where the defuse meets the frame, and they have like a kind of shim or a wedge that goes between it, and apparently that's causing cracking. So I can't comment on that. But as for me, this bike is definitely a keeper, and I intend to keep it. And there we are. I've waffled on for enough, guys. There we are. I hope it helps you. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.